Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're diving back into It's Okay Not to Be Okay. We're diving into episode 5, and I'm just now realizing, looking at like the titles for each episode, that each title is kind of a fairy tale. I'm like, oh, that makes sense with the general themes of the series and whatnot. But last episode we ended off with Jung just having a day. Getting choked out by her daddy, having Gangtae basically tell her she's empty inside, reliving all kinds of trauma from her childhood, and it was a day, and she was just walking aimlessly for miles, for hours, in her heels, took off her heels, kept walking, just walking. And Gangtae towards the end read her latest book, The Zombie Kid, and it really resonated with him to the point that he hopped on his friend's motorcycle. It's like, I gotta borrow this. Went careening down the road trying to see if maybe she's still walking on this path. She was. It was raining. They stared at each other. It was gorgeous. The soundtrack, everything. And then that's where things ended. So we're going to dive into episode 5 and see kind of what the aftermath of that is, as well as just other things they decide to show us. Do I? I'm hungry. Understandable. Would you like me to take you back to your car? And that we can go get some food? So look at that. He feels like a place of warmth and comfort, and I don't think she's had an abundance of that in her life.
제법인데?
급한 대로 여기서 몸부터 녹여.
그래, 그러자.
너 혼자.
Now, how his shirt managed to stay... Okay, it looks kind of wet at the top. I was going to say, how it managed to stay so dry, driving through that rain like that. Okay, it seems damp towards the top.
아이고.
Hello.
아주 그냥 홀딱들 젖으셨네들. 뭐 숙박? 대실? 무슨 방 줄까요? 거울방? 테마방? 커스튬?
아니요.
I literally just need to use the bathroom.
옵션 필요해. 러브즈, 전동집, 지갑. 내 현금값 DC 10% 해줄게.
가자.
월풀 욕조 서비스 내가 줄게. 딴
She's like, yes, I want that.
난 여기 마음에 들어.
She's like, I love this place. It's amazing.
집으로 가. 데려다 줄게.
가다 얼어 죽을 일 있어?
여기 방은 아주 후끈해요.
집이 여기서 멀어?
먼 게 문제야? 장대비가 퍼붓는데 바이크를 끌고 네 센스가 문제지?
그럼 지금이라도 택시 타고 가든가 혼자.
돈 줘, 택시비.
너 설마.
지갑, 핸드폰 다 두고 나왔어.
그럼 너 내가 데리러 안 갔으면.
밤새 비 맞고 걸었겠지. 광년이처럼.
그러니까 제발 생각이란 걸 좀 하고 행동을 해. 터진 대로 푹 쪄지 말고 좀.
He's still here like,
어둡고 외진 데서 무슨 일이
are
어떻게
y'all gonna get a
일어날지
room?
무작정 걸어. 혼자 겁도 없이. 그러다 무슨 일 생기면.
She's like, yes, go on. Tell me about your concerns.
화났네? 내가 밤새 빗속을 걷든 빗속에 스트립쇼를 하든
Oh.
네가 왜 흥분을 하냐고? 내가 걱정돼?
He's just in here like, this is the most fascinating show.
마음이 아파?
It's like, I don't know if they're gonna get a room or not, but I am so interested. Ooh, come on, condom.
나 좋아해?
나는
No, we're not there yet.
방 하나 주세요.
We're not at the I love you phase yet.
그냥 깨끗하고 따뜻한 방.
5만 원 주세요.
Child?
뭐야, 돈 없어? 핸드폰은?
외상은 우리 엄마도 안 줘요. 가요?
I came out here worried.
엄청 급하게 나왔나
Yes.
봐. 생각이란 걸 미처 못하고 행동할 만큼?
Like you out here scolding me when you did the exact same thing.
괜찮아. 남자가 본능대로 움직인 건 죄가 아니야. 시동 켜.
Did you?
취향이 참...
Don't tell me you took her to Jerry's home. Girl, where is her car? Why could we not take her to her car?
니었죠. 난 쥐라기 감성 싫어. 신기하네. 어떻게 먹고 자고 싸는 게 한 공간 안에 다 들어있지? 꼭 동물오리 같다. 이런 데 살면 사육당하는 기분이겠어. 그치?
Child, why did you not just take her to her car and let her drive home? She's got heat in her car.
니네 형은?
밑에
부르지 마.
부를 생각 없어. 형이 너랑 같이 있는 거 싫어.
질투해?
우리 형은 건들지 마. 절대.
경고야?
경고든 부탁이든 형은 내버려둬.
형도 그렇게 생각할까? 데려와서 물어보면 되겠다.
I already said.
왜? 뭐? 왜 그런 눈으로 봐?
지금 내 표정이 어때?
잘생겼어.
Fact.
그거 말고 표정.
재수없어.
표정 안에 담긴 상대의 기분, 감정, 컨디션.
관심 없어.
Like we're having a deep dive into emotions.
잘 봐. 사람 얼굴 속에 담긴 감정들. 관심 없어도 이젠 배워. 가슴으로 느끼는 게 싫으면 그냥 머리로 익혀. 세상 혼자 살 거 아니면 최소한 그 정도 노력은 해.
싫어. 내가 왜?
싫어도 해.
난 자폐가 아니야.
You know,
그냥 좀...
그렇다고 좀비 아이도 아니지.
나 배고파. 밥이나 줘. 네 팔다리 다 뜯어먹지.
just speaking of the zombie kid, give me food before I eat your limbs. Meanwhile, she's like, don't you tell me how I felt when I was writing my book. Don't you make me feel my own feelings. He doesn't, baby boy.
형. 말 좀 들어, 제발.
But he's, again, hyperfixating on that one moment.
형. 화 많이 났어?
I'm not mad. I think you're mad at me.
아까 소리 질러서 미안해. 다시는 안 그럴게.
I mean, never say never.
내가 잘못했어. 형.
It's like that hurts.
아프다고. 나 오늘 뺨 맞았어. 나 엄청 세게 맞아서 입안도 다 터지고 귀도 막 잘 안 들리는 것 같고 볼은 땡땡 부어서 완전 헛구렁감 됐는데 나 어떡해?
뭐지?
He's like, girl, you look gorgeous as always. Lies.
뿌령감 어딨어? 뿌령감? 뿌리?
거기 쏙 들어갔네? 완전 신기해.
거짓말은 나쁜 거고 속임수고 경찰에
The cops gonna arrest you.
나쁜 놈 양치기 소녀 나쁜 놈 거짓말을 했으면 혼나야지 엠매를 맞아야지 나쁜 어른이
I mean, I will gladly give him a spanking.
말이 없죠 잘못했으니까 말이 없지
환갑 넘은 집주인 아줌마야.
어쩐지 요리에 연륜이.
됐으니까 먹어.
She can cook.
이각시 내가 데려가 살고 싶다. 잘하네.
거기서 밥은 어떻게 먹어?
굶어. 자기 팔다리 잘라줘 엄마가 난 없거든. 너처럼 우렁합시다.
back your ass up. Okay, now who is this? Okay, well, at least Jury's not home to see Moo Young there.
왜 그러고 있어요?
방금 무슨 소리 못 들었어요?
아니요. 다시 들어왔네.
I'm gonna say, y'all need to have a serious talk with the power company or something to get that situated, because we can't be having this hospital where the power just keeps going in and out like
되게
this.
못 들었어요? 새벽에 2층 복도 끝에서 귀신이 노래를 해. 내 귀에 똑똑히 들린다니까.
귀신? 그냥 헛소리겠죠?
Maybe.
이 산에 앉아. 여태 귀신이랑 소통해서 먹고 살았는데.
예?
무당이었거든요.
You better put the fear of God in this boy.
같이 가요.
I guess she's spending the night when we're not taking her back to her car. not you laid out all.
대충 하고 이리 와 누워.
The hip
넌 전생에
popped in it.
머슴이었나 보다. 난 마님이고. 이러는 뒷모습이 맛있어 보이네.
Bitch, I mean, she ain't never lied.
맛있어가 아니라 멋있어 보인다.
No, you had it right. He looks
실수
scrumptious.
실수?
일어나.
From behind, from the front, from the side.
싫어. 여기서 자고 갈 거야.
She said, no, I'm sleeping right here.
누구 마음대로 자고 가.
내 맘대로.
일어나 빨리.
싫어. 여기서 잘 거야.
끌어낸다.
쫄고 온 건 너야.
자고 가라고는 안 했어. 일어나 빨리.
I love how they get into these little battles and you just hear in his ear, psycho, psycho, psycho.
가라고.
오빠! 상태 오빠!
친구야 같이 밥 먹자.
Already had dinner, goodbye.
야넌뭔 땀을 이렇게 뭐
I was working.
아유, 방 안이 좀 덥네 많이. 아 더워. 너 안 덥냐?
너 갱년기야? 어? 너 진짜 오늘 여러모로 이상해 너 진짜.
Oh shit, he roundhouse that fucking door. He said, you are not going in this house.
저승밖에 혼자 밥 먹고 있을 것 같아서 생각해서 올랐더만 이거
나 밥 먹었어.
벌써?
야, 너 밥 다 식겠다. 내려가서 밥부터 먹어. 얼른.
야너 수상해. 너 형님도 안 데리고 오고 말이야. 너
아이, 형이 너랑 있는데.
이거 혼자 뭐하니 그래.
He grabbed him by the hair. It's like, bitch, you are not going in this house. Playing games in someone else's house. I mean, y'all do stare at each other a lot.
철천지 원수. 만나서란데 악연.
인연이지. 운명이고.
비극적 운명이지. 둘 다 죽으니까.
왜 다 죽었는지 알아? 잠드는 약을 줄리엣 혼자 마셨거든. 둘이 같이 먹고 잠들었음 안 죽었어. 그러니까 우린 나랑 같이 자자.
Truth.
무슨 그 개벽다구 같은 논리야. 빨리 문 안 열어?
자고 갈 거야.
열어.
넌 내 옆에서 자.
Oh,
문 부수기 전에 빨리 열어.
형이랑 셋이 같이 잘까? 오빠!
터졌다고?
it's like, I swear to God, if
뭘
you don't
저거
stop calling
왜
him.
터져? 너 내가 지금 뭐 올라가서 좀
아니야. 오지 마.
아유 깜짝이야.
이게 수도관이 낡아서 그런가 봐. 내일 전문가 불러서 고쳐야 될 것 같아.
나가냐? 자주 걸려.
Cold all the time. Lord.
집안이 온통 물 받아라. 나는 밤새 치워야 될 것 같아. 아니야. 그냥 형만 좀 부탁할게. 그래. 고맙다 재수야. 그래, 오늘은 네가 더 좋아. 문 열어.
연기 잘하더라.
Lord, whisper that at me again.
배우를 하지 왜 보호사를 해? 네 거짓엔 진정성이 있어. 속아주고 싶을 만큼.
우리 형은 내 얼굴을 항상 보고 있어. 표정을 관찰해서 내 기분을 파악해. 온몸이 찢어질 만큼 아프고 마음이 죽도록 괴로워도 내가 억지로 웃어만 주면 형은 그걸 보고 내가 행복하다고 믿어.
Why y'all making me feel feels?
그럼 나한테도 웃어줘. 어렵지 않다며. 웃어봐.
I don't feel like it.
빨리 자. 늦었어.
어렸을 때도 그랬어? 사진 봤어. 그때도 가짜였어?
Hey,
몰라.
I had more things to smile about then.
오래전이라 기억 안 나.
그럼 그 여자는? 네가 예전에 좋아했던 나랑 눈빛이 닮은 그 여자 생각날 때 있어? 보고 싶어?
아니. 잊고 싶어.
와, 엄청 나쁜 년이었나 보네.
나쁜 놈이었지. 내가.
Get your foot out of... No, don't you lead with your foot. I would do the same thing. Say, get that damn foot off me. You want to come up in here, you just roll up in here like a normal person. You get that foot away from me, ma'am.
아이고 고생했네 우리 딸. 밤새 궁디가 반쪽이 됐네.
그거 어때 갑자기?
Lord. Don't get your feelings hurt again. Why are you at my house?
네가 왜 여기 있어? 여기서 잤으니까 이 시간에 여기 있지. 그럼 넌? 뭐 투자? 우유 배달도 해?
나도 여기
I
살아.
live here.
여기 내 집이야.
Ooh. I'm fighting words.
그러니까 좋아하니?
Yes.
맞네. 고백은?
네가
No.
할 거 없잖아.
난 했는데.
She did say those things just like that.
이렇게 뜨겁게 고백해.
With all my passion.
거짓말하지 마.
진짜야. 자꾸 나한테 뭘 기대하는 눈빛으로 매달리길래 원하는 걸 준 거지.
Oh, you crafty little liar. You don't hurt sweet little girls' feelings like this.
적선하니?
도둑년.
뭐?
침 흘리지 마. 걘 예전부터 내 거였어.
넌 네가 찍으면 다 네 거지.
Apparently.
이게 안 되면 망가뜨려서라도 손에 집어넣고 데리고 놀다 실증 나면 가차없이 내다 버리겠지.
그래서 네가 애들한테 왕따 당한 거야. 알아?
Whoop! Whoop!
못해 천호가 막이 할망구 같은 게.
It's like you gonna come into my house and start disrespecting me like that? Ooh! Ooh! She said, "You hit me? You trying to die, girl?" Oh, okay. Catfight at the first thing in the morning with milk at the top of this house was not on my bingo card for today.
놔. 손 놔.
Yes, Daddy.
이게 무슨 소리야?
뭔데? 아니
She's here to see Sangtae. Also, why do you have my daughter by the hair?
아 왜? 왜 나한테 지랄이야? 저 호박 씨가 먼저
She did
때렸는데.
hurt her first.
누가 먼저건 관심 없어.
근데 왜 전염편만 들어?
누가?
고문형! 아까 내 이름만 불렀잖아, 네가.
Because I came out and saw you grabbing her by the hair.
같이 가. 이 그지 같은 집에서 당장 나가. 너 여기 못 둬.
She says, you need to move out this house now.
내가 알아서 해. 그리고 나 네 거 아니야.
You don't own me.
언제부터 들었어?
I'm not just one of your little toys.
사랑해. 사랑한다고 붙어. 형. 형, 내가
I fixed it. Oh, Sangtae is not having a good couple days.
미안해. 내가 거짓말했어.
거짓말에 나쁜 걸 했는데 거짓말 하면 잡혀간다는데 안 한다고 약속했는데.
You did just promise that, which is why I said you probably shouldn't have promised that.
잘못했어.
Stop making this promise.
한 번만 용서해줘.
Say you'll
고문형 작가님.
try not to lie again. You'll try to be more honest.
입고 있지?
But like, don't keep making these promises that you're not going to keep.
모지트에 어디든지 잘 어울려요. 보물마트에서 세일할 때 9,900원 주고 1+1으로 산 거 네 옷인데 분명 없이 네 옷인데.
빌려줬어. 어제 비 왔었잖아. 옷이 다 젖어서 내가 빌려준 거야.
내 옷은? 내 옷도 이쁜 거. 내 옷도 이쁜 거 많은데.
Why didn't you give her any of my clothes?
다음에 오면 형 거 줄게. 공룡 그려진 거.
울트라 사우스 27,000원짜리 27,000원이 9,900원보다 더 비싸. 비싼 게 다 좋은 거 아니지만
그래. 그거 입힐게. 꼭.
Stop making promises right now.
잤냐?
No.
둘이 사겨?
No.
너 그 사이코 좋아하니?
Maybe. Answer any of the questions.
취했냐?
근데 그 빗속에 알베르토를 왜 끌고 와? 좋아하지도 않는 여자를 왜 등에 매달고 겨들어와? 밥은 왜 먹여? 잠은 왜 재우고? 너 자선사업하니? 종교 생겼어?
Fair questions.
술이 싱겁네.
It's like, answer the damn questions.
강태야, 안 하던 짓 하지 말자. 너 그러다 수절해 임마.
요절. 수절 아니고.
암튼 너 조심해. 벌써 잊었어? 처음 본 날부터 너한테 칼 꽂은 여자야. 그 여자가.
She did do that.
봐. 이거 보고 늘 명심하란 말이야. 다음번에 네
Oh, a
손바닥이 아니라
nasty scar, but did we not get stitches or something on that? Lord.
이렇게 될 수도 있어. 근처에도 가지 마.
네가 가끔씩 이렇게 알려주라. 나 정신 번쩍 차리게.
Forget, not in the sense that they are wiped from your memory, but more like you're just ignoring them for other
알았으니까
things.
제발 좀 그렇게 웃지 마.
왜? 조커 같아?
아니. 척키 같아 임마.
Sexiest Chucky I've ever seen in my life.
형, 자.
You sleeping in these jeans?
내가 좋아. 고문형이 좋아.
Look, I'm sleeping.
난 형이 더 좋아.
not out here saving up his money to get a camper for Moo Young.
문영아, 우리 망했다.
쟨 또 뭐야?
Love this robe.
저는 대표님한테 낚였어요.
You said we were going hiking.
회사 보증금 빼서 그 농계 새끼 목구멍에 탁 쳐박아주고 애들 밀린 월급에 퇴직금에 여기저기 업체들 잔금 싹 다 처리하고 나니까 완전 개털된 거 있지.
저만 퇴직금 안 주고 이 땅 캐리어 사주면서 지방 출장 가자고 하더니 사기꾼이세요?
야, 그래서 네
I'll get you severance soon.
망한 주제에 누가 누굴 책임져요?
야, 망하긴 누가 망해? 어? 나한테는 아직 이 고문형이라는 원대한 희망이 있어. 그치?
아가,
맞아 하지 마.
문영아,
내가 왜 폭망한 인생에 희망이 돼줘야 돼?
야 이게 누구 때문에 이렇게?
당신 때문이지.
Oop.
아이 그렇지. 문영한 대표 탓이지 뭐 누구 탓해?
무능한 새끼.
알면 나가.
영아 그러지 말고 그냥 너 글 쓰는데 옆에서 나 서포트만 좀 하게
I still don't understand why he is so dedicated at this point.
그때 도망간 게 누구더라? 여기 들어올 사람 있어?
뭐든 시작이 힘들지. 첫걸음만 떼면
I always have to sketch it out with
쉬워.
like pencil first. Look, you're fucking with my process.
이제 작가님이 실력 발휘 한번 해봐.
He said, "You fucked up my mural."
정신이 아니야.
Come on, Triss. Leg.
컨디션은
Give me this peekaboo leg.
아버지랑 일 얘기 들었어요. 정말 미안합니다.
원장님이 내 목 졸랐어요?
그래도 내가 산책하라고 처방전을 내렸으니까.
그럼 의료사 보내. 사고 쳐놓고 이렇게 말로만 때우면 안 되죠.
그럼 이렇게 합시다. 내 목을 졸라. 자 졸라.
Girl, don't threaten her with a good time.
미친년 같은 거 진짜.
오지왕 나빠. 오지왕 나빠. 오지왕. 선생이긴 하지만 오지왕 나빠. 오지왕 엄청 빨라. 오지왕 빨라. 나빠. 예의를 지킬 줄 알아야지. 동방예의지국에서.
오빠, 나랑 놀래?
Lord.
혹시 형님 분 찾아요?
보셨어요? 아까 고문영 선생이랑 같이 나가는 것 같던데.
Why does nobody stop her from taking people? Granted, he's a fully grown adult and he's going of his own volition, but still. Y'all know the condition my brother is in. Why do you let him go with random?
당신을 만져도 됩니까?
We appreciate consent. Leg.
여기도 마음에 들고?
네.
나랑 여기서 같이 살래?
네.
그럼 여기 사인.
Oh, child. Oh, is he gonna do the illustrations for your book? I mean, that sounds like a dream come true for him.
오빠, 내가 옛날 얘기 하나 해줄까? 옛날 깊은 숲속 저주받은 성에 한 소녀가 살았어. 소녀의 엄마는 딸에게 늘 말했지. 넌 너무 특별해서 절대 바깥 세상과 어우러져 살 수 없다고. 반드시 이 성에서만 살아야 한다고. 하지만 소녀는 그 성이 꼭 감옥 같았어.
Understandable.
그래서 달님께 늘 기도했지.
아까 내가 좀
Also, we came back after the butterfly incident.
꺼져.
And then we crushed his feelings because Mama told us something. There we go. Gonna say we can't have a whole episode go by without having a scene where they're staring at each other. Okay, this was another fantastic episode. So let's see if we can recap things that happened. So we started off where we left off last time with Gong Tae basically careening down the street trying to get to Moon Young. Found her. We stared at each other for about 20 minutes, and then he went and gave her his jacket, and then she just collapsed into his arms, and just feeling that sense of warmth and comfort and safety that the zombie boy hinted at, that she was longing for, that she's been longing for. And it was just a nice moment. So then we picked up from there. He trying to get her to a hotel or motel just to warm up, get dried up and whatnot, because she's been walking through this rainstorm for hours. And the fact that she isn't sick right now is a miracle. But she's been walking through this rainstorm for hours, soaked to the bones. It's like, okay, let's get you dried up. We have the whole comedic scene with the person working the front desk of the motel and all of their interactions. And it was a nice little callback when she was like pressing him up against the wall and like, what is it you're feeling? You have to let me know what you're feeling, because remember, I won't know what you're feeling till the day I die. To call back to the last episode when he was kind of reaming her out. So it's a fun little callback there. And basically they were not able to get the motel because neither of them had their wallet. So instead of then taking her back to her car so she could just drive home, he said, okay, I will take you to the place I'm staying because that's a good idea. I'm like, baby boy, you already know that she is kind of a loose cannon sometimes, and you know that she can be a little fun to interact with. So why you feel taking her to your safe and happy place of home would be a good idea, and why you think she would not act a fool there, I don't know. Maybe it was too far to go back to the hospital. It might have been just significantly closer to go to that. I don't know, but I'm like, at this point, she's already soaking wet. So she's been walking through the rain for hours. So what's another 20 minutes? Like, she'll be fine. But for whatever reason, he took her to his house, and I'm like, baby, this is a bad idea. It's just because, if for nothing else, jury, she is there. Well, she wasn't there. She was at work that night. But like, this is her house. So if nothing else, with this being a drama, they are going to run into each other. It may not be tonight, maybe it'll be in the morning. It doesn't matter. They will run. The drama gods will find some way to make them run into each other because this is her house. Even though you are on a different floor and completely separated, the drama gods will find a way. And lo and behold, the drama gods found a way. But before we get there, Moon Young was being Moon Young. But there were a lot of instances throughout, end of last episode and then a lot in this episode where we're seeing Moon Young exploring feeling emotions. Because again, I don't know that they've officially diagnosed her with anything in this series, and I don't know if her general withdrawn nature from emotions is something she was born with or if it was as a result of interactions with her mother growing up. Don't know, but she definitely has a fun relationship with feeling emotions. So we explored that quite a bit. First with the diagrams or the like photo cards he had on the wall for Songtae, and he kept like forcing her to look at it, like, and she's like, I'm not autistic, I don't have to do this, and he's like, just look at it, study every one of these pictures. So if you even if you don't feel the feelings this way, you can at least gauge what other people are feeling. And interesting. And then we kind of called back to that again later in the episode when they were laying on the bed or laying on the floor and just kind of talking, and Gangtae was talking about how he feels the need to put on a fake smile for his brother, because his brother, as we've seen a million times throughout the series, his brother is the single most important thing to him in this life. He even said it. He came home drunk and he's like, do you like me better or Komu Young? Because, you're my everything. And he's said that a number of times throughout the series, and it is a God's honest truth. He does everything for his brother. Every single thing that he does is for his brother. Like, he loves that man to death. So he said, basically, he feels like he always needs to put on a fake smile. As long as he can put on a smile, then his brother believes that he's happy, because part of, at least, and I don't know if that's how it is with all people with autism, but part of at least the kind of autism that his brother has is sort of that recognizing other people's emotions and not really having that natural sense of what other people are feeling or being able to read the room and whatnot. So he says, he studies my face. He stares at my every line, every wrinkle, every smile, frown, the way my eyebrow twitches, the way the corners of my mouth turn up, turn down. Everything. He has it memorized. He is constantly analyzing, and just the slightest variation can make all the difference in the world. And as long as I can put on a smile, it doesn't matter if my world is falling down around me, if I'm devastated inside. If I can put on a smile, he believes I'm happy, and all I care about is what he thinks right now. That is all I care about. So, at the same time, it is super sweet, but also super sad, because that is a lot of just pressure and just like emotional work to do on a daily basis. Like, how some days, maybe it's Monday morning and you've had a great weekend or you had a bad weekend, and the last thing you want to do is roll into work, but you got to sit in your car, taking a few deep breaths, give yourself that little pep talk, and like, okay, fine, I can make it through work. And then you get out of your car, go put on your happy face. If you work retail, you got to put on your retail smile and greet the customers. Or if you're working in the service industry, same kind of thing, put on that smile and serve the customers and this, that, the other. Basically, it's that, except 24/7 his entire life. Like, he's always got his customer service face on for his big brother, because if he doesn't have his the second he drops that customer service face, his brother thinks that he's upset, he hates him. And we saw a lot last episode and beginning parts of this episode where he had that one outburst, that one little where he's like, he yelled at Song-tae, not yelling at him, but just in the general direction, because he's like, Song-tae, I need you to just go. I need to talk to her. Please just go. And he had a day. He was very frustrated, and he had a day. But Song-tae held on to that one moment. Every moment after that where he was smiling and apologetic and trying to make, nope. Every moment before that where they were happy and having a great day, nope. He held on to that one frame, and he kept replaying that one frame over and over in his head where his brother looked like he had an angry face, and he's like, he hates me, he hates me, he hates me, he hates me, why does he hate me, why? And he's bashing his head against the wall, and he's like, why does he hate me, why does he hate me, why does he hate me? And he will hyperfixate on that particular moment for who knows how long. Like we saw, eventually he did calm down off that ledge after Gangtae went in there and was like, oh, I'm Mr. Lumpy because someone slapped me. And it's like, where's the Lumpy? You lied to me. Like, I got to give you a spanking, you know, distracted him from something else. So eventually we brought him down, but it's like, who knows how long that episode could have gone on had that moment not happened. So his brother analyzes everything, so he constantly feels the need whenever he's around his brother to put on that customer service face, and that can be exhausting. That can be mentally exhausting. Yeah, nice. It's just very interesting explorations of emotions. And then towards the end, I'm just jumping all the way around. Again with Moon Young, we saw where she was telling Song-tae the fairy tale about the little girl in the cursed castle, this, that, the other, and how the little girl felt like she was a prisoner, and she always wished to the moon every night that they would send a prince to her to rescue her, this, that, the other. Because again, she was longing, not even that it had to be a prince for romantic reasons or anything like that, but she was longing companionship, longing warmth, longing something from another human being that she was not getting at home. All she was getting at home was her dad trying to strangle her in her sleep, and her mom combing her hair from behind talking about, you are the best thing I've ever created. You are too special to live with anyone outside this castle. And then I'm assuming that her saying that was, I'm assuming she did not only say nice, sweet things like that. Well, sweet, creepy things like that. I'm sure there were other things. Just like when she was running downstairs because she saw Gangtae out there with the flowers, and she was, you could see, she was genuinely excited, genuinely happy to see him down there. And she was running down those stairs, and then her mother caught her, and then all of a sudden her demeanor changed. Don't know what her mother said or did to her in that short time frame, but she came outside, took those flowers, stomped on them, and was just like, get lost. And that was that. So it's like, don't know what kind of person her mother is. Don't know if the ghost that we saw coming to strangle her father was her mother or just some other spirit. Don't know. But she's been withdrawn from her feelings for a very long time. So right now it's been the last couple episodes have been a big explorations of feeling emotions for her. And even after the whole fight with her and Yuri, when Gangtae is like, here, I'm paying you back for how much you've loved me. This should be enough to get you a ride home. And she was just staring at his shirt hanging in her window. She was livid. She was screaming, stomping on it. How could he? Is that all I'm worth? Blah, 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 blah. Again, feeling a larger range of emotions than we've seen her feel for the majority of the show. Like, yeah, there are those instances where she's like, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And we could see it was fake. It was all fake. Yeah, it was just a very interesting exploration of feeling emotions for her. And I'm interested to see what else happens with her mom in these flashbacks. Again, notice that they still have not shown us her mom's face. They've yet to show us her mom's face. I don't know why. I don't know if it's supposed to be like some big like plot twist moment that her mom looks exactly like her, or her mom is someone we've already met in the series, like maybe she's one of the nurses at the hospital, or I don't know. But they keep just showing us her mom from behind, or like whenever she's looking at her in the mirror, like we'll see her from behind and just like the slightest bit of the side of her face next to her when she's a little kid. But like they keep not showing us her for some reason, so I'm interested to see where they take that storyline and what happens to her dad in this hospital. What else? Obviously there's a whole jury storyline with her liking Gang Tae, but they had kind of a conversation where Gang Tae is just like, don't waste your emotions on me, I'd rather you not. She's like, are you rejecting me already? I haven't even put myself out there yet. And he's like, I would rather you just not waste your time on me, because it's just not worth your energy. Mainly because he's, you know, got to move around every year or so, but also because I don't think he doesn't see her that way. And he'd rather her just not waste the energy on him. But, you know, she was very, obviously, she took it as well as she could. At least she put on a brave face there. She's like, please don't run away just because of this. Just stay living with us while you're still in town. Please don't feel awkward or anything around me, because that'll just make me feel even more sad and pathetic. And, you know, let's just keep doing what we're doing. And it's like, oh, baby, I'm sorry. Mr. Lee paid another visit. Apparently the business is going all to shit. So he, I guess, paid off all the employees, paid off the lawsuit, paid off the debts that the company had, and now he is like, he got no money. And he's like, Moon-young, you gotta write something, you gotta save me, you're here to save me, right? And she's like, why do I have to save you? I didn't cause anything. It's like, girl, yes you did, but okay, don't take accountability, that's fine. So it seems as though Mr. Lee is only here for the occasional comic relief, which I'm always happy to see him in any regard on the screen, but I would like to see more of him because he is magically delicious and I do enjoy the character. For a minute there, I thought they were going to move into her house, but she's like, no, I've got other people moving in. So I don't know where they're going to live, what they're going to do. He did end up having that one little scene where he seemed to crush on Juri a little bit. But it was just kind of like a passing fancy. I don't know if they're going to make anything out of that. Because Jae-soo also seemed to potentially be crushing on Juri too. So don't know. But I think that is the majority of the... Oh, yeah, there was a whole cat fight thing too. I just kind of hopped over that. But that happened. And... yeah, I think that's the majority of the thing. So all in all, it was a great episode. Again, soundtracks fantastic, cinematography and the artistic direction is just so good. They stare really, really well at each other. And yeah, I'm excited to see where the next episode takes us. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications to be notified when all of my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. Don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Mwah.
Stranded here, stranded here, stranded. Stranded here, stranded here, There was a time we had it.